it's just like they've been doing it for 10 months. They're kind of not really getting anywhere. And I thought, man, there's kind of this protester fatigue. Well, I went out into the streets today, started down on Wall Street, because of course you're going to do it on October 7th, because that's really the day you want to do it, right? You want to do it on a day that you should be having some commemoration and like really thinking about people that have lost their lives and been kidnapped. But no, you're not. And not one time in all of the protests that I've attended since October 7th, not one time have I heard the protesters who are by and large pro-Palestinian. You'll have like 600 pro-Palestinian, sorry, I live in New York City here, and 6 guys from Israel, 6 like young dudes yelling yelling at them and chanting. Not once have I heard about the massacre on October 7th in Israel and the kidnaps, not once. Because if you allow that information in, it's going to really mess with your agenda here. So today we had, it was very loud. They have a couple of new things that they're doing. They laid out a flag that was probably about 80 feet long by the stock exchange, and they prayed at a certain point. They chanted, Israel kills, USA this, how many people did you kill today? About 75 times till everybody was in a trance. You had the usual people, you had the girl with the little squeezy piggy in the cop's face, kill yourself. And I gotta tell you, I really love human beings, and I love to write these stories, but man, these people have got to get some new lines, because it has become they are so incurious and able to talk to you. They are just full of the same sloganeering, and they're not really getting anywhere, except of course they moved uptown and they start hitting old men in the head, because as a group, they're like all full of piss and vinegar. One-on-one, they might be interesting and nice, but I have to tell you, it was a bit enraging today. And I try not to get that way, because it's my job to really report and bring it to you. But I've seen it for too long now, and I don't see where their mission here. Where is it getting the cause? How is it bringing peace to the Middle East? I really think this has become masturbatory in a sense. It's so that they can feel something, but I don't think politically what they're doing is getting anybody anywhere.
Nancy, were there hundreds, thousands?
There
scores?
were, when I started out there, it was really weird, because when I got there, there was like nobody but cops. So I have to say, the cops have really learned how to do this now. Like in Portland, it was a wreck. Now it's like, they got 600 officers in place. They kind of just chill until something happens. There were about 600 pro-Palestinian activists there. They know how to dress. They know what to say. They're not going to talk to you. I had to talk to the one person, the one spokesperson, blah, 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 the usual. I saw truly about 10 pro-Israel protesters, including one dude with a little tiny flag. And of course, they're just swarming him and screaming at him. I've got video cursing in his face, trying to cover him up. And I said to the guy who's wearing little glasses in the shape of hearts that's covering him up, I'm like, why don't you want to let him speak? Wouldn't even talk to me. They can't talk to you.
And were they literally hitting people in the head?
Well, they did uptown. Yeah, there's a video up now of a guy who was wearing I reported from Israel in January. I went to the hostage and family center, and they have to like bring them home now sweatshirts, and he was wearing one, and they were just hitting at him, and some girl smacked him with a tambourine, and he was bleeding, and they were pushing him around. Yeah, because as a group, they've got all this like energy, and they're so angry. But again, one-on-one, they're mostly kids, but you get them in a group, it can get pretty hairy. It's still going on, because they were marching uptown. I think they were going to end at Columbus Circle, and of course, late night is when you get the yahoos. So
can we just pull back for a second and say, why are they doing this today? You know what happened today a year ago?
Yeah,
1,200 Jews and Thai workers were murdered. 250 were taken hostage, and 3,500 people were injured as a result of an unwarranted and unprovoked invasion of Israeli territory.